There is a field here in California, Northern California, specifically in Galt, which is about, what's Galt, like 30 minutes away from here, something like that. It's in between here and Stockton. Anyway, it is called All Patriot Airsoft, and today is April 17, 2020. It's 5:08 p.m. right here. All Patriot Airsoft will be having a limited opening. For details, check out the website. And even though I screenshotted this because I didn't tag anyone in this, so I screenshotted it, put it on the ministry page because I hope it does well. It is from their Instagram. Here's the little tag up here. We can look at their website. Blah, 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 blah. Social mandate allows for going outside. Golf has been deemed essential by Sacramento County Board of Health. That is true. Apparently golf is essential. So the reason they said golf is essential is because golf, its uniqueness is dudes are usually fairly... So it's not like football or like basketball or like a contact sport where participants are sort of huddled together. Golf is pretty spaced. It's golf. It's pretty spaced apart. Which is kind of the key issue here is the distancing. Further, it goes into... Do I have this on the... Okay. Unlocked it. Okay, making sure that's on there. County has outlined blah, blah, blah. We are limiting to 30 players at a time with 2 sessions per day on a Saturday, Sunday. Cool. You need to call in and reserve your spot. And you can reserve up to 4 spots. Blah, blah, blah. Please go to the website and read the guidelines. Boop, we'll pop that open. Encourage you to play, yada, yada, yada. If you bought e-card from us or whatever, we're going to have this, that, and the other. So it looks like they're going to start taking reservations. Excuse me. It looks like it's going to be open what will be this weekend. So today is the 17th, 18th, and 19th. Today is Friday. So it looks like they're going to be play tomorrow and the next day. We're going to be taking reservations now for this weekend. Okay, yeah. So right now they're taking reservations, which is cool. Let's go to the little thing here. If you feel sick, blah, blah, blah. Field limit of 30 players, blah, blah, blah. 30 minutes, blah, blah, blah. Social distancing for tables, pretty standard stuff. CDC link. That's cute. When your session is over, assemble gear, clean up, leave the field. Okay, that's fairly reasonable. This is nothing out of the ordinary. So like, hey, when you show up, just don't be a dirtbag. Set your gear up a distance from each other. Seems reasonable to me. But there will be a field limit of 30 players each session. So that's what, 15 on 15? I don't know if they're using the whole field, but if you've seen pictures of their field, dude, it's big. Oh, what did they just post? Yeah, okay, so they brought it back. So maybe they had like a spelling error or something that took that down for. Okay. If you look at like pictures of the field, here's a good one. This isn't the best, but this is a piece of that field. Like the field's pretty gosh darn big. The field is pretty gosh darn big. It's my understanding is it's bigger than the Airsoft Ministry. I think it's double the size. So yeah, that's interesting. But for 15 on 15 on a big field, I'm not sure. Am I going to go? Probably not. Most likely a hard no. Because granted, you could say this with every weekend in Airsoft. This one more so than the rest. There's no guarantee for it. I might swing in just to see who shows up. And just to kind of like, just out of pure curiosity, I want to know how many people are going to show up to this thing. So out of curiosity, just to look at the attendance, I might drop by. Just and look around. Maybe. I don't know. Am I going to play? Probably not. 30. I don't like big fields with small players. I need players all over the place because I need I want, if it was more than that, then yeah. But because of the restrictions that they are forced to put into place, it doesn't sound that fun to me. Like no, man. I want to show up. I want to do my normal thing. I did buy one of their little discounted pre-pass gift certificate. I prepaid in advance to go into that field. So at some point, yeah, I'm going to go to that field. Probably going to wait till this poo storm is over so I can experience the field at its maximum potential, maximum efficiency, maximum faces to shoot. See? That sounds right. Am I really worried about, like, oh, what if all these people, coronavirus? Chillax. Most players are wearing full face masks. Most players are wearing face protection anyway. They've been doing this long before this whole virus-ness. Whatever. Now let's look at the broader side. Should you go to social media and condemn the field and shake your fist angrily? Like, no, man. Look, it's a small niche business in a, I don't want to say secluded. Secluded isn't right. Off the beaten path. Meaning, if you look at like my field, Airsoft Ministry is inside city limits. It's right next to a major road, and it's literally next to a middle school. It's in essentially a residential area, in the same sense that a park is in a residential area. Uka's, or excuse me, it used to be called Uka's. That's part of the story. All Patriot is in Galt, off on like the side, on like those side highways, kind of out in the rural part. So they're a 2-day-a-week field. They're a Saturday, Sunday field, and that's it. So for like a lot of smaller fields, don't get mad at these fields because they're trying to stay afloat. It's a challenge for a lot of these fields. So I'm not mad at these guys. I don't blame these guys. Hey, bro, they got a land lease to pay. I don't know what the status is for businesses as far as the money they're able to get, how fast they're able to get it. A lot of these loans are pretty small percentages, so there's an argument to be made there. There's larger arguments to be made as a result of this symbolic, I guess, or microcosm of what businesses are going through. But it sucks. I feel bad for that field because they're not making any money, just like I feel bad for every small business. If they can get it, I don't want to say get away with it, because it sounds like they're doing everything on their website tells me that they've gone through the appropriate legal steps to make sure that cops don't show up and just start arresting folks. So it looks legit. Everything on their website tells me, and I know those guys. Those guys aren't just going to hold some illegal event to get, $1,000 or so. So let's look at how much money they'll probably make. Let's look at the gift card. So you can do one of their gift cards for $17, right? So let's just say 17, and they're allowing, let me go. I'm gonna have to get my phone. They said they're allowing what, 30 players? 30 players, 2 sessions a day. So that's 30 players a day, 2 sessions. So that's 60, 120. Maximum 120 players on Saturday and Sunday. Let me get my calculator app. Shut up. 120 times, for fun, let's say everyone has to pay the full $20. So the most they're going to make is $2,400. Now, I don't know what their bills are looking like. I don't know what their finances are looking like. I don't know any of that stuff. $2,400, maybe that's good. Maybe that helps them carry into next month. I don't know. I don't know what their finances are. It's none of my business. I'm curious. I would like to know like what's going on behind the curtain. But I'm probably not going to go to this thing. I'm just going to wait. I bought one of those $17 passes because I hope that helps them out, and I hope the business does good, because like Big Case and the guys that are running it, they're all solid dudes. I like those guys. I want to see them. I would love for those dudes to be able to quit whatever their full-time jobs are and just do that field full-time. That's the goal of a small business owner, is to be so successful in that business that you can financially sustain yourself off of that business. So you don't have to own a field and then you're a 9-to-5 office guy, or you're a substitute teacher, or you're a mechanic on the weekends. Like, no. If you own a business, the goal should be to be financially sustainable. Let's fast forward. Let's rewind to the history of this field. It used to be called UCA's. It was owned by, so it's a partnership. So it's owned by 3 dudes, I think. UCA's, for the longest time, I'm going to be brutally honest, was not a good field in the sense of business. The field layout itself seemed to be just fine. It just looks like a giant airsoft ministry, just small structures, distance, and all that stuff. But they were not using 21st century business techniques, meaning they were not active on Instagram. And I'm telling you from experience, from the B2C and the B2B level, if you are not active on Instagram in the airsoft business, you ain't gonna be very successful. It's just because you're excluding a huge demographic and how that demographic communicates. It's like not having a website in the 21st century. If you hate money, you go ahead and don't have an Instagram or a Facebook or all that stuff. UCA sucked. Look, man, their website was bad. Their Facebook, they weren't very active on Facebook. They clearly did not care about their Instagram presence, and nothing about what limited things they were posting said they really cared about the airsoft community beyond their field. Which, if you're an airsofter, the community is everything for you, especially beyond your field. Even if, you're a TAC player or whatever, you know about other fields and other areas, and you try to do your part to kind of engage in the community. It's very common in certain areas where there's multiple fields. It's very common for players to go to multiple fields. So there wasn't really a whole lot of effort on UCA's part to bring in new blood. They were really concentrating on word to mouth. So let's say I'm a UCA's guy. They're really hoping that I bring my friends, and that's how they grow. That's not the greatest idea in the 21st century business model. It's a terrible idea. They weren't really doing any specialty days. They weren't doing tournaments. They would do like a night game once or twice a year. They would do kind of like an employee or a customer appreciation, like a community, basically, kind of like what we do with a birthday. But what they were really only doing was weekend general play, Saturdays and Sundays, and that was it. And from a business standpoint, that's a slow death. That's not sustainable, especially when your competition is growing their models and when there's new competition showing up. Reference Capital Edge Paintball is still very interested in getting airsoft, and they're not very far from UCA's. So fast forward, one of the owners sells his share. I believe he moved out of state or something. God bless him. I hope whatever he does, it works out great. And another guy came in and bought it out. And then they just, what I thought was brilliant was they went, you know what? Rebrand. We're going to rebrand the whole thing. New logo, new name, new everything. It's a new field, new and improved, new buildings, everything new. Super active on Instagram. Super great. Doing everything right now that it looks like. Hey, you know how you just spent all that money trying to rebrand this business? The world shut down. Womp womp. So that sucks. So before you start like talking smack about, oh, this field's doing all these horrible things, they shouldn't do this. Hey bro, you need to understand that these guys put a lot of money, a lot of small business owners put a lot of money into rebranding this field, and it's something that is right now, I haven't even been there. It's already 10 times better in my opinion than what it used to be. So have a heart. It's all. Be open-minded, be considerate. And that's it, I guess. Bye.
Caber, who the f*** are you, nerd?